my beautiful bookish friends, I'm Bowen and welcome to my channel. This video is going to be another book haul. Now I have not counted how many books are going to be in this video, but considering all the piles of books that I currently have stacked all around me, it is too many. Especially because there will be another book haul coming soon, because I'm going to Rare, which is Romance Reader and Author event in Edinburgh in about 2.5 weeks, and I will be getting more books that I've pre-ordered for that event. But I need to film this now, because otherwise it's just going to be too many. Because it's already too many, let's be honest with ourselves. So we're just going to jump right in to all of the books that I've acquired since my last book haul. So I think we're going to start with a couple of sports romances. So I picked up book 1 in the Dirty Air series, which is Throttled by Lauren Asher. This is a Formula 1 romance, and I know literally nothing else about it. But I think these books are getting re-released with the new covers. Realistically, I think they've just changed the font here. I don't know what the big deal was with the old font. The old font was fine. But I am excited to get to this one. I've not read, I don't think, any Formula 1 books. So I will get to this one hopefully soon. All the rest of the sports romance books are all hockey romances, because apparently that's a thing. So I picked up Full With Me by Becca Mack, which is the 4th book in the Playing for Keeps series. Have I picked up a single book in this series yet? No. Do I now own all of them? Yeah. So at least now I've got the full set. So when I do read it, I can binge it if I ever do get to it. Then I've got Vital Blindside by Hannah Cohen. I read one Hannah Cohen book and now I decided I needed her entire backlist, and this is a hockey romance, so I figured, why not? And then I also picked up 2 hockey romances by Emily Rath. I picked up Pucking Around and Pucking Wild. These are obscenely ridiculous, but they are White Shoes romances, so it kind of makes sense that they are so thick, because then you've got more chance to develop all of the characters. But like, this is a lot of pages. I think before you read book 1, you do have to read the novella that comes first, because it gives a lot of background into the characters, even though it's only like 100 pages. I am hoping to get that one possibly soon. I don't know. I've put it on my birthday wish list, so we'll see. But I do love a White Shoes romance every now and again, and I am hoping to get to these ones pretty soon. But let's be honest, that's kind of intimidating. And then, as far as I'm aware, the last 2 books that I picked up that are sports romances are Behind the Net and The Fake Out, both by Stephanie Archer. I have read Behind the Net already, and I gave it 5 stars. I fucking love Stephanie Archer's writing. I think she is amazing. I think her books are pretty much immaculate, and I'm very much looking forward to getting to the next book in this series. Stephanie Archer is definitely an auto-buy author for me. And since she is an auto-buy author for me, I also bought her Queen's Cove series. So we've got That Kind of Guy, The Wrong Mr. Right, In Your Dreams, Holden Rhodes, and Finn Rhodes Forever. I've read 3 out of 4 of these. Finn Rhodes is the only one I've not read yet. But again, I read book 1 in this series, immediately fell in love with Stephanie Archer's writing, and now, with the exception of 1 book, I think, I have her entire backlist. So I love that for me. Speaking of auto-buy authors, where I have purchased pretty much their entire backlist, I've picked up 3 books by Hannah Bonham Young. So I picked up Next of Kin, Next to You, and Out on a Limb. I have also since read all of these books, and I love them all so much. I think the next book in this series comes out next year, or later on this year, but her books are just so warm and cozy and fun, and they're just, I love them so much. Again, auto-buy author for me. If she writes it, I'm going to buy it, or I'm going to read it at the very, very least. Next are going to be some books that are continuing series that I already own. So we're going to start with these gorgeous special editions of Lore Olympus. We've got Volume 5 and we've got Volume 6. And these are once again the Illumicrate editions with the sprayed edges. I absolutely fucking adore this series. This will always and forever be my favourite Hades and Persephone retelling. Not that there haven't been other ones that I really enjoyed, but this is fucking top tier. The artwork is stunning. The story is beautiful. They are heavy. I will say that. These books are really fucking heavy, but I love them so much. I can't wait to get to more from this series. I think I'm fully caught up to date with where I watched on the webcomic, so this is all going to be new to me when I get to that, which I'm very excited about. Next, I've got another book by Lauren Asher, which is Love Unwritten, which is the 2nd book in the Lakefront Billionaires series. I've still not read book 1, and like, she chonky, but I'm very much looking forward to getting to this one. Do I know anything about it? No. But I'm basing my love of Lauren Asher on Terms and Conditions. I've read the entire Dreamland Billionaire series, and they were okay, but Terms and Conditions was absolutely fucking top tier, and I'm searching to find that same vibe again in more Lauren Asher books, so hopefully I will love this one too. Then I have Midnight Ruin by Katie Robert. I need to get caught up to date with this series. This is book 6 in her Dark Olympus series, and this one follows Charon, Eurydice, and Orpheus, and I think this is a polyamorous kind of romance. But I really do enjoy her Dark Olympus series. Katie Roberts sometimes a little hit or miss for me, but this series is where my love for her started, so I really want to continue with this series. Then I also got Well Suited by Stacey Hart. This is book 4 in the Red Lipstick Coalition series. I've already read this one. This is a surprise pregnancy trope, but I really, really enjoyed this series. I read it years ago, and I am so desperate to find the matching cover of this for book 3, because I have book 1, I have book 2, I now have book 4. I ordered book 3, but it came with the shirtless man cover, and it doesn't match, so I sent it back. So I'm still on the hunt for book 3 in this series. I have them all on my Kindle, but I also want the paperback copies because I just love them that much. I think this is Stacey Hart's best series, in my personal opinion. I really, really enjoyed this one. It's not my favourite in the series, but it's close. Then I got Apprentice to the Villain, which is the next book in the Assistant to the Villain series. I need to get to this so fucking bad. I put off Assistant to the Villain for too long, so I'm not going to be doing that this time. I need to get to this one sharpish. Like, are these books objectively good? Probably not. But are they a silly, goofy, fun time and I just love them? Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to be getting to this one, hopefully, very, 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 very soon. Then I got Swift and Saddle by Lila Sage. This is the next book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I have not read book 1 yet, but now I have book 2. This is a theme, but also these covers are really cute, and it's a cowboy romance, and I love me a cowboy romance. It makes me happy. Then we have This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. I'm probably going to be putting this one off for a while, especially considering how much the first book in this series hurt my feelings. Like, don't get me wrong, the first book in the series was excellent, but that one dealt a lot with grief, and in this one, the main character, it's in the same friendship group, but in this one, she goes through a divorce, which was kind of necessary after book 1 because her husband treats her like kind of shit. But that's just kind of like from an outside perspective. Inside perspective is like, it still sucks getting divorced. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about this one. I'm scared of big feelings. Then we have the last book in the Bergman Brothers series, which is Only in Forever by Chloe Leese. I'm so happy that I got to this book, and we've rounded out the entire series now. We got to Viggo's book, which is this one, which is the last book in the series. I have adored Viggo for the entire series. He's just such a sweet little jelly bean, and the shenanigans between him and Oliver are just so much fun. I love this entire family. I love this entire series. It is so stinking good. And this one also has type 1 diabetes representation with Tallulah. I love this series so fucking much. It makes me so happy. Then we have Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail by Ashley Herring Blake. I still don't have Delilah Green Doesn't Care. I am hoping to get that one soon-ish, possibly, because I do want to read book 1 before I read book 2, even though I've already read book 3. But I feel like especially book 1 and 2 need to be read in order. But this is a sapphic queer romance following Astrid and Jordan. I don't know really much about this. I think it's like a renovation movie TV show set, but I could be very fucking wrong because, again, I don't know anything about these books. I just get them based on, like, what I've heard and vibes. But I did enjoy the third book in the series that I've already read, so hopefully I will also enjoy this one too. Then I got the last 3 books in the Filthy Rich Vampire series, so it's Second Right, 3 Queens, and For Eternity. This is a series that all follows the same couple, so I was kind of hesitant to pick up book 1, but now I've got the entire series. We can get through the entire series to get to the happy ever after. But if I knew that just book 1 wasn't going to finish in a happy ever after, I wasn't really about it. But now I can binge the entire series, so I'm not mad about this. Also, they were really cheap. Following on from vampires, it makes sense for the next one to be a witchy book, which is Do Your Worst by Rosie Danan. I've read The Roommate by Rosie Danan, and I really did enjoy it. I've not read the second book in that duology yet, but I figure this one might be like really cute and cozy for October type of time. Also on the back it says Pure the Mummy 1999 vibes when it's blurred by Jen DeLuca, and let's be honest, The Mummy is an incredible film. It is a cult classic. I don't even know whether it's considered a cult classic or it's just incredible in every single which way, and it's obscenely fucking hot. So if it's anything like the vibes of The Mummy, yes, please, gimme. And then I picked up this Alien romance series, so I've got Alien Tyrant, Alien Enemy, and Alien Orphan, all by Ursa Dax. I have read book 1 of this series, Alien Tyrant, and I'm hoping to get to the last 2 pretty soon, because these are the discreet covers, and I really, really enjoy these covers. I think they're really pretty. These are the first 3 books in the Fated Mates of the CSAM Warriors series, and while I wasn't 100% sure on book 1, I am very excited to continue this series. Then I've got a few dark romances, so I picked up Butcher and Blackbird and Leather and Lark, both by Brynne Weaver. I've already read Butcher and Blackbird. I listened to the audiobook for this one, and it was really, really good, and I still need to read Leather and Lark, but I absolutely loved this one. This is one of my favourite romances ever, and considering I am not a dark romance person, that is really saying something. But I've heard very mixed things on this one, so I'm very apprehensive to go into it. But I want to get the audiobook for this one as well. But I really, really enjoy this series. It's a dark romantic comedy. And if it's gonna be dark romance, I think dark romantic comedies are just where it's at for me. Like, it can be dark, as long as it doesn't take itself too seriously. But this was a lot of fun, so even though I do have high hopes for this one, I'm trying to temper my expectations a little bit. Then we have My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and LJ Shen. I feel like while this is kind of categorized as a dark romance, it's more of a character study, so if I go into it with the mindset of that, like the romance is kind of the side plot, then I think I have the potential to really, really enjoy this one. However, this stupid non-sticker sticker, rude. I don't care how many people enjoyed this on TikTok. Don't put the sticker on my books. It's mean. And then I've got this series by Cheyenne Rose, which is Between Commitment and Betrayal, Between Love and Loathing, and Between Never and Forever. I believe this is a dark romance series. I'm not 100% sure. I have not picked up anything from this author before, so I now have an entire series by them to binge and see if I like it. The next one, I'm not sure if it is dark romance. I think so, but I have no idea about anything about it. So it's The Tempting Little Thief by Megan Brandy. I think this one is mafia adjacent, which kind of mafia books are a category of dark romance, I think, but that's just my opinion. Like, I have no idea. I'm not one of the dark romance girlies, no matter how much I try. But I do want to give this one a go, especially considering I will be seeing Megan Brandy in a couple of weeks. But I like the cover of this one, so I got it. That was it. That was the only reason. Then I've got a couple of books that are not romance. So I've got When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill. This one I've already read and I've tabbed, and it's got a lot of like highlights and stuff in it. I really, really enjoyed this one. This is kind of like a magical realism story set in the 1950s where women turn into dragons, and it's kind of like a metaphor for women owning their power. I absolutely ate this shit up. And the other non-romance book that I've got is The Book of the Most Precious Substance by Sarah Grattan. I have heard such things about this book that it's like really, really fucking weird, and I'm very much looking forward to finding out what all the hype is about. This is a story about a rare book dealer who has to try and find this very, very rare book, and then shit gets fucking weird. And I need to know what shit gets weird means. And then I've got a few romance book series that I picked up in the works because they were quite cheap. So I've got Luck of the Draw, Best of Luck, and Beginner's Luck. These are all by Kate Claiborne. I know literally nothing about any of these, but they were on the 3 for $6, so I figured why the fuck not. In fact, all 3 of these next series were in the 3 for $6 in the works. So we've also got The Summer I Saved You, The Summer You Found Me, and The Summer We Fell, all by Elizabeth O'Rourke. Again, I know nothing about them, apart from they were cheap. And I have heard of Elizabeth O'Rourke before. People do seem to like her books, but I know nothing about this series. And another series that I know absolutely nothing about, apart from that it was cheap, is Acute Reactions, Hard Knocks, and Clean Breaks, all by Ruby Lang. I do know that this series follows some form of medical professional in all of them. So there's an allergist in book 1, a neurologist in book 2, and book 3 is a gynecologist. All of the female main characters in this series are some form of medical professional, but that is literally all I know about it. And then I've got a couple of books by Lindsay Kelk. So I've got Love Story and I've got Love Me Do. This one is set at a bookstore and it's kind of enemies to lovers. And then this one is set more in Hollywood and it's giving beaches, neighbours to lovers kind of vibes. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting to both of these, especially this one, because anything with books on the cover is a win. Then I've also got a couple of Elsie Silver books, so I've got Wild Love and I've got Off to the Races. These are the first book in each of her series. So I've got the first book in her first series and the first book in her newer series. Again, I will automatically now just buy every single Elsie Silver book because I think that she is amazing. And I've only read 3 of her books, so do with that information what you want, but I think she's awesome. And then we've got, from what I can tell, our standalones. So I've got Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood, which is the newest Ali Hazelwood book. So now I have her entire backlist. I've not read this one yet, but I do know, unlike her other books, this one is dual POV, so I'm looking forward to getting to this one quite soon. Then I've got Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. This one is a stand-up comedian and her manager, so I'm hoping that this one will bring me the funnies. But I have read another Tara DeWitt one recently, and I didn't love it. That one should technically be in this book haul, but I'm planning on unhauling it, so there will be an unhaul video coming reasonably soon where you will see that. There are a couple of books that should be in this book haul, but I didn't like them, so they are going to be unhauled instead. So hopefully I like this one more than the other one. Then I picked up a book by the slow burn queen, Mariana Zapata herself. So I got All Roads Lead Here. I've read Wall of Winnipeg and Me many moons ago, and I don't actually remember much about it, but this is as slow burn as they come. This is like 500 plus pages, and I can guarantee they're not even going to get together until like page 450. This one I probably won't get to for a while because I kind of have to be in the mood for a slow burn romance. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a slow burn more than an insta love. Getting together at the last like 10% is a little bit too slow for me, so hopefully I will get to this one and find out whether or not that level of slow burn is for me, because I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while. Then we've got Fake Flame by Adele Buck. This one is a firefighter romance, and like the cover is really cute and firefighters are really hot, so yeah, why not? Then we have Kilt Trip by Alexander Killy. I think that this one was mostly inspired by my trip up to Edinburgh in a couple of weeks, and kilts are hot, so I was inspired to get this one because I will be in Scotland soon and I do love a Highland romance, so I got this one too. Then I got Grayson's Vow by Mia Sheridan. I've never picked up a Mia Sheridan book before, but she's the author of Archer's Voice, which is apparently very sad, and this is going to be one of those ones that I'm probably going to put off for a while because it's going to hurt my feelings. So hopefully I will get to this one reasonably soon. I'm not sure I will, but like, we can hope. And the last book for this book haul is going to be Technically Yours by Denise Williams. This one is a coda second chance romance, but it's like a meet cute that was missed opportunity second chance, so I'm kind of okay with it. That's about all I know about it, so it sounds like a lot of fun. Apparently this year my self-control has gone completely out the window because I'm fairly certain I've already hauled more books so far this year than I have last year in total, and we are in August. So yeah, I have a problem. So if there's any books that you think that I should prioritize, let me know in the comments down below. Or if you just want to leave an emoji, leave the book stack emoji. But for now, thank you so much for stopping by. It has been lovely having you here. And I hope to see you in another video coming very soon. Bye.